Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Layla, your Balkan bestie. Thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I am back with a new video, and in today's video I decided that we could do like a kitchen tour slash what's in my fridge. If you're anything like me, you might be just the tiniest bit nosy and want to see the backside or like the inside scoop of things, and who doesn't like a kitchen tour? Now, some disclaimers. My kitchen is not aesthetic at all, so be prepared to be shocked. I think I mentioned in the voiceover that we bought this condo. It's going to be 2 years, and we didn't do any renovations. We're kind of just letting things fall apart first. We're going to use it until everything dies. The appliances are super old, the cabinets are super old, but it's clean, it functions. So until it doesn't function anymore, we'll do some renovations then. But until then, things are staying the way they are. Before we get into the kitchen and the fridge, I wanted to talk a little bit about the previous kitchens and the previous fridges I had. So if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I started my social media journey on TikTok, and I started it in 2020 when, TikTok exploded, and I can confidently say that I was the first like Balkan recipe sharer on TikTok. And when posting videos, I was still living at my parents' place, and it was very hard to record. Like I had a phone. I didn't have a stand. I didn't have anything. So randomly one day I decided to share a video of how to make paprika salata. So like I was roasting the peppers, I was skinning the peppers, I was making the salata, the marinade. And from there, that was like, I think my second video. From there, I got a lot of views on that video, and then I just kept going and going. In the midst of all of that, I did get married, and my husband, Eso, did come to the United States. So we did find a place to live right when he came, and we lived in an apartment that was freshly renovated. So we had a brand new kitchen with brand new appliances, and that was where my TikTok exploded. I was cooking and making videos all the time in that kitchen, and by then I had bought like a light, I had bought a phone stand, I had bought a lot of things and equipment. And not only was I sharing recipes, but I was also doing lives. I was doing like food eating videos. I did that for a really long time. We lived in that apartment for about a year. And then after that, we moved to my sister's apartment, and that also had a brand new kitchen, and I did a lot of videos and recipes there. So these two kitchens were set up in a sense for me, like it was my studio, both of these kitchens. So ultimately, when we moved here, I had a really hard time using this kitchen because it wasn't to my liking. It was old, it was not aesthetic, it didn't have the setup that I wanted to, whereas the other kitchens did. I'm not complaining. I'm very, very grateful that we were able to buy our condo, and I love this place. I love this condo. It's the best place we've ever lived. It was very hard, and then I was going through some life changes, job changes, changing locations, my knee, all that stuff. So then there was that whole like TikTok is being banned, and then it was banned for one day. So I had lost a lot of desire to record, desire to share recipes. And then I also went through a funk because a lot of my recipes and a lot of my videos were being shared to the wrong audience. So I got a lot of hate comments, a lot of negativity, and I've been in this funk, and I finally decided to get out of this funk and just record. With that being said, the first step is sharing my very unaesthetically pleasing kitchen. So Eso did the walkthrough. I am doing a voiceover so you can see the kitchen, and you can see what's in our fridge. It's nothing special at all. I promise you, you won't be shocked to find maybe a glavusha in there. There's no glavusha, unfortunately. Let's go into the kitchen and let's see this very unaesthetic kitchen. Let's go. Come on. Welcome to my non-aesthetic, old style kitchen that functions, and it is what it is. It is what it is. This is my kitchen. This is where the magic happens. So here's your overview really fast. So let's get into it from the right side. Here you have the oven and stovetop. It is gas, and the gas is included in our HOA, which is awesome. So in my mind, girl math, right? Like cooking is free. And then we have the microwave. We don't really use the microwave, only for the light and for the vent pretty much, and to maybe heat something up really fast, but not really. Like I've mentioned before, these appliances are well past their 20s. So I am just waiting for them to slowly die and then update them as they die. Yes, I have a tepsia here soaking because it needs to soak in order to wash it. Moving on, here we have our Bravo Barista Pro, I believe it's called, and it's been washed and the tray is drying over there, so it's not really set up, but that's fine. We have our kettle for hot water. And if you do remember, our dishwasher did break, and it was about 26 years old. So it did break, and we got a Samsung machine instead, but it's filled with dirty dishes, and I'm not going to open it up for you, but I highly recommend it. It is so quiet, you cannot hear it when it works, and there's so many different settings, and it works amazing. Moving on, we have this area, like the sink area here. So down here, I'm not going to open up my cabinets, guys. I'm sorry. Down here, I have like cleaning supplies, trash bags, random stuff, pods for the dishwasher. And then I actually wanted to talk about this section here because I got these glass containers as a gift for when I was going to get surgery. My cousin came over and she was like, I bought you these. I want them to go here and I want you to put these things in here. And I was like, that's freaking genius. So we have Turkish coffee, cinnamon sugar, cubed sugar to go with the Turkish coffee, brown sugar, it needs to get refilled, coffee beans, rice, flour, salt, pepper, vinegar, and oil. And I really, really enjoy this because if someone comes over and wants to make coffee, wants to cook, my husband, whoever, it's all right in front of your face. You don't have to go and look through the storage or open up cabinets. It's everything you need is there, pretty much. And then if we move on here, we have like a set of knives, things, majings. Thing that I don't like about the kitchen is that it has these like glass covers and you can like see inside these 4 cabinets, but I did find something online where you can tape curtain rods and fabric and make it look super cute, so I might do that, but I'll need help to figure that part out and like gluing it to the cabinets because I can't reach. So bunch of random storage, and then we have the spice cabinet. Over here we have more of like a workspace, and then in this left drawer I have utensils. In the bottom I have like pots and pans, and then these 3 drawers are super random. I'm not going to open them up, but they have like foil, plastic, Ziploc bags, pasta, really random. And this spoon I have to return to my neighbor. That's why it's there. And then obviously we have the kitchen aid. Over here is the fridge. And I'll show you the different magnets because we like to collect them. This one is not spelled correctly. I don't even know how I didn't catch that. So we have Slovenia, Neum, Ljubljana, Turkey, Poland, Warsaw, Sarajevo, Memphis, Mostar, Oberlingen, Němečka, Germany, Enns, Austria, Bosanski Novi, Prijedor, Los Angeles, Seattle, and then a Slovenia one, and then we have this like pumpkin pie one. Some of these were gifts, so obviously Seattle. Oh, Zadar. I didn't show you guys Zadar. Seattle, Los Angeles, Oberlingen. Those were all the places we got as gifts. We have not visited them, but hopefully one day we can visit them. Here is the overview of the fridge. The fridge is super old too, so I'm just waiting for it to die. We'll start with what's in the door. So we have cat food, we have butter, we have condiments, we have jams, we have balsamic teriyaki sauce, mayonnaise, milk, kefir, heavy whipping cream, all the goods. And then if we move on here, you'll see we have some leftover rice, eggs, milka, that's a must. More condiments, guac, cottage cheese, sour cream, fruits, more milk, veggies, and that's pretty much it. Cherries over there too, forgot to mention. And then this is Eso's snack drawer. So besides the butter, he keeps cheeses and meats, suhomeso, in here. There's tortillas, I'm not sure why, but yep. This is the snack pan. As you can see, it's literally called that. I'm not going to show you the freezer because the freezer is a mess. Over here we have Gara's station, so these are all her snacks, her food, condiments, jars, bowls, all the good stuff. Over here, like I mentioned, this is our laundry room. I'm not going to go into detail, but yep, those are our laundry machines. We have the trash can, the big mighty trash can, the freezer. So this freezer has been with us for every move, and it's pretty banged up and scratched up, but it works just fine. So here Eso keeps all of his suhomeso and other things as well, but majority is suhomeso and suhisir. And now this is my favorite part of the kitchen. When we moved in, this brick wall was painted a really dark gray color, and I was not a fan of it. So I convinced Eso to paint the wall, and it looks so much better. It gave us so much light in the kitchen because we don't have a window here in the kitchen. And if you remember, we also had a table with chairs here, and we used it just as storage, and it was just super messy, super ugly. So we found a solution. This cabinet set was on sale at IKEA. Asa went, picked it up, brought it back, set it up, and all of the storage is hidden in this cabinet setup. And I really enjoy it because you can't see the mess and everything is so well hidden. But on top of that, you also get a workspace. When I am able, I'm gonna cook and make videos for you guys here, and the setup is just absolutely perfect. This black thing actually goes on top of the gas stove, and it acts as like a black stone griddle type thing for the stovetop, which is nice. So I use that in the winter time, but I don't really have anywhere to put it, so I just store it here. And here is that recipe vault. Here is Milka. She's so cute. She's part of the decor. There's just a little bit of flour in here. And then I have this container that holds multigrain, or not multigrain, wheat flour. I'm sorry, wheat flour. And then to end it off, I have a little stool here where I sit down when I'm doing stuff in the kitchen. I have an air cleaner or air purifier. And then we have Gara's station. So she has her water fountain, her dry food dispenser, and some wet food. So she's, this is her place. And then we have two entrances to the kitchen, one to the left, one to the right. And that's it. So you have now seen the inside of my very unesthetically pleasing kitchen. It's not big, it's not a lot, it gets the job done, it's clean. That's all that matters, that it's clean. And I forgot to mention in the intro that throughout my recovery process, I'm very, very, very blessed to have my husband, who has been taking care of not just the kitchen, but a lot of things in regards to the house or apartment, cleaning, cooking, putting things away and all that, but also just having family who comes and helps me deep clean, helps me declutter and all of that. I really couldn't do much without them. Like, if I didn't have the support I do have, I probably wouldn't even record this video I would be humiliated to put something online because it would be dirty. Like, if you don't clean something, it gets dirty. And if something is dirty, you have to clean it, right? That's just the way life is. So I'm very grateful that I have a strong support system behind me who's able to help me and all of that. So hopefully you don't judge my kitchen too much. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, do your thing, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for your support. Bye.